What's going on, guys? Alex. In today's video, I just had an interesting call about this. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to set up your Google Ads. If you're a welding company, if you're looking to get more welding jobs for your welding business, I'll show you exactly how to set that up using Google Ads. And by the way, if you are a welding company, if you're having trouble with Google Ads, if you're having trouble with marketing, with your website, anything like that, click the link below, book a call with me completely free. I'm happy to take a look at your Google Ads campaigns, answer any questions you have about Google Ads, digital marketing, anything like that, and of course, see if there is any opportunity to work together to help you grow your welding business. So, the first thing I want to show you guys is that there is, in fact, a demand for welding companies, especially on Google Ads. Very interesting to see. It's not an industry I have too much experience with, but I had an interesting call about it. So, with welding, people are not searching things too specifically, but for example, here's a quick search: welding company in Melbourne. You have welding specialists, right? This one is not terrible, but this is a really bad ad. Steel fences and gates. I'm not looking for a steel fence or gate. The targeting is completely off. Workshop and on-site MIG welder. This is not terrible. And mobile welding services. This ad is targeted a bit wrong. You should only be targeting mobile welding services for somebody looking for that and not specifically just welding. Also, the biggest problem is none of these actually mention the word Melbourne, right? So if you are in Melbourne, you're looking for the service. If the ad mentions Melbourne, you're going to click it, right? This is how these things work. It's super, really works well for boosting conversion rates. But yeah, just want to show you guys there is demand for this, and we are just going to jump right into the campaign build outs right here. So first, before you go any further, open tools in a new tab and you'll see why in a minute. Just jumping right in, if you don't have a campaign set up right now for your welding company, just click on plus, add a new campaign, add a new campaign. You can go ahead and choose leads. Depending on how old your account is, you'll have different options. Google will give you a few different options to choose from. Depending on the age of your account. And then from here, you want to go ahead and add your conversion goals. By the way, guys, if you don't have conversions set up, it is incredibly important to get set up from the start. If you're not tracking conversion data, you're missing out on a lot of data that you could be having. And setting up conversion tracking is a must before you start spending any money. Go ahead and go GoogleTagManager.com. Get your conversion set up, form fill-outs, phone calls, everything like that, and do not spend money until you have conversions being tracked and set up. Anyways, click on continue from here. Click search. We want a search campaign. We want our ads to be showing here, right? We don't want a display campaign. We don't want a smart campaign. We just want to make sure people searching for our services are going to see our ads. And you can select one of these. I'm not going to, but you can, and Google will prompt you for more information. And for this, we'll just go with Melbourne welding. Continue, start new if you have existing campaigns. This we're going to leave empty for now. We're not going to touch this, but there is a setting you have to change after the campaign is live, and I will show you guys how to do that in just a few minutes once we get to that stage. And never select this because your ads will be limited drastically. Right off the bat, you want to opt out of these networks. These are very irrelevant and low quality networks. For example, this is going to show Google Search Partners, so YouTube, Google Drive, Gmail, places that you don't want your ad to be showing, only because people in Gmail are not searching for welding services, and because we're not running display ads, we are just opting out of Google's display network. Finally, or then jumping into locations, the first thing you want to change is this. Always have it set to presence, people in or regularly in. If not, if you have it to presence or interest, you'll get people who have visited Melbourne in the past, who have thought about visiting Melbourne and are looking for these services. And in fact, I'm not even in Melbourne. So these four companies, these four ads are terribly targeted. I should not be seeing these ads only because I am not actually physically located in Melbourne. And I've never been in and have not regularly in that location. For the actual targeting, you can add Melbourne right here. And you can see it how it looks like with the advanced search, which is fine, right? This is pretty good. Or if you do want to do a radius search, you can just add Melbourne like that, and then opt out of the actual targeting like that, and then just click on save. And then you can move forward from here. English is the language. If you are going to build the ads, in a different language, make sure you set up a different campaign. Don't run 2 languages within the same campaign. And audience segments are not something you need to worry about right now. Broad match keywords, we will be changing this after the campaign is published, so you don't need to worry about that either. And then click on more settings. For ad rotation, you want to select do not optimize so that Google rotates the ads evenly. It's kind of like a cheat split test. So you can force Google to split test your ads, and then you can decide which ads work best, not Google. Obviously what works best for Google might not work best for you. So you want to make sure you have that ad rotation set. And as always, you guys, make sure your ads are running during the time that your business is open. You don't want to be getting calls after you're closed, especially if you're not going to be answering the phone or getting back to people. So that would be 9 to 1700 for most businesses, right? Always add an ad schedule. And then from here, click on next. You can just go ahead and skip this for now. Now, for the ad group and keywords, this is where the keyword research comes into play. Now, you guys are going to know your business better than me. So you'll probably know right off the bat, if you're going to start with mobile welding, right? Or welding company near me. But an easy way to find these keywords and to organize the keywords into ad groups is to just head over into Google's keyword planner. And now to do this, you would just do it from this Google dashboard here. On the dashboard, just click on tools. It's going to open the keyword planner right here. Add your location again. And then now add welding as the service. Now, you never want to be targeting welding. It's a really broad service. It's nowhere near the bottom of the funnel. Somebody searching welding is not looking for this as a service. They may be, but it's very unlikely. So one of the better ones to target, and you'll see depending on the bids here, and you can see mobile welding service does command the highest cost per click. Cast iron welding, this would be another ad group, right? So your ad groups would be mobile welding, cast iron welding, maybe even pipe welding. Stainless steel welding would be one, automotive welding. But for the purpose of this video, let's just go with mobile welding. So what you can do here is even just tighten this up a little and say mobile welding. Click on get results. And it is, yeah. So now we can see here, actually you can go to add filter as well. Click on keyword and now make sure it contains mobile. And now you can see we have all the mobile welding keywords. We even have one for mobile aluminum welding. This might be worth its own ad group, but for the purpose of this video, we will just go with mobile welding. So name the ad group, the service that you're offering, mobile welding. Keyword, mobile welding. You can jump back in here, mobile welding services, and mobile welder near me. And we can just go with mobile welder. Right, there we go. Now this is where we're going to set up the actual ad itself. Make sure for your URL that you are sending traffic to a dedicated landing page for that service. So if you were a Melbourne welder, you don't want to send traffic to the homepage unless all you offer is mobile welding. You want to send traffic to a page that's about mobile welding. And if we look at the offers here, if we go with something mobile welding, this is the home page, but all they offer is mobile welding. And here's one, no, that's steel welding. Here is one, mobile welding. This is a landing page as well. So you can see this whole page is really good actually for calls for conversions. This whole page is about mobile welding. Anybody landing on this page knows that they're hiring a mobile welder from this page. Same with this one, right? It mentions mobile welding. There's a guy doing mobile welding, reliable welding on site, right? Yeah, on-site welding services. So exactly what somebody looking for mobile welding would want to land on if they were looking for the service. You don't want to, in this case, send traffic to the homepage, because if you look at this homepage, it's not at all relevant to mobile welding, and that's why you always use a dedicated landing page. Here, you could just do something like Melbourne mobile if it fits. Yes, it does. This is just to increase the click-through rate from Google. If someone sees the service or the location mentioned in the display path, they are far more likely to click than if they didn't see it at all. Now working through the headlines, and again, you guys, you want to spend a lot more time on this. I'm just showing you for the purpose of this video. So you would do something like mobile welding Melbourne, right? You would do Melbourne, because Google, keep in mind, Google is going to cycle these headlines out. So they will be testing different headlines to try to get the best results for you and for them, of course. And you can also do mobile welder Melbourne. Looking for a mobile welder, right? Wide range of welding services, right? Then you got something like welding specialists and local welding experts need something welded. It's a word, right? There we go. And again, this ad, Google will cycle through them, but if you did copy the ad within the ad group, you can just pin some of the headlines so that every time someone did search, see this ad, it would always say mobile welding Melbourne. That is a great looking ad. Next, you want to add the description. Looking for a mobile welder in Melbourne. Give us a call to discuss your welding needs. And then something like Melbourne's. And guys, keep in mind, you're going to take a lot more time on this than I am. I'm just running through it for the purpose of this video. Melbourne's best mobile welding specialists. Have a project in mind. We can help. Call us. There you go. Really good copy so far. Right, this ad looks fantastic. Probably would perform better than competitor ads. Make sure when you verify your account, you add your business name and a logo. Now, site links, you also want to go through an ad. Site links are going to be something like our welding projects, right? Team, our welding team. Just because somebody's going to see this ad, they're going to click on your projects, and if they're happy with what you've done, they are a lot more likely to call you or fill out a form or just get in touch with you and follow through with the conversion that you want from them. And same with callouts. I have a whole video on callouts, but you really want to work through the callouts. Something like same day welding service. 15 years in business. Book a mobile welder, right? Melbourne's best welding. Stuff like that. You want to add 6 to 10 of these, as many as you can, just so that Google tests them. And then afterwards, you can see which ones perform the best and keep those running. But again, this helps make the ad a little bit more relevant, encourages people to actually click through and get in touch with you guys. And finally, you want to go ahead and add your phone number, of course, just so that somebody does have the potential to call you from the ad, and that will look like this once the phone number is added. Finally, I do not want to save that, so go ahead and click next. This is where you add your budget, add your custom budget. Keep in mind, if you are running your ads Monday to Friday, you're going to only have about 21, 22 days out of the month that you are running ads. So if you were at $1,000 per month, it's not $30 per day, it'll be something like $53 or $52 per day, something like that. So add your budget there, and I will just add it as 0.01 so that Google doesn't charge me. So now Google is going to review the campaign. It is ready to publish. If there's any errors, they will tell you here, and then you can go ahead and publish the campaign. And I will show you guys a few additional changes you need to make if you want to set it up, your campaign for success. Now, Google, again, is asking you to set up on Google Tag Manager because they want you to have your conversion tracking set up, which, like I said, you guys, is incredibly important. You need to be tracking conversion data pretty early on if you want to make the most out of your campaign. A lot of times I jump onto accounts that don't have any conversion tracking set up at all, and it's impossible to know if the campaign is performing well or not without the conversion tracking. So exit out of there. Go ahead and go to your campaign, right? Click on this gear icon. Now you have the bidding strategy here. Right now it's set to maximize conversions. We don't want max conversions. So change bid strategy, select the bid strategy directly, and choose it as a manual CPC. This way you choose how much you pay per click for these particular for the particular keywords that you're targeting in your campaign. Now go back into the campaign here, hit refresh, and then Google will give you an option here for default max CPC. This is the most that you'll want to pay for your clicks. And if you go back to the keywords research that you've done, you'll see Google's charging anywhere between $1.30 and $11, with these ones a little bit lower. So in Australia, for example, I would probably start this out as a 4. Now this is the most you would ever pay for a click, and Google will tell you over time if you're spending too little, so you're not getting impressions, or if you're spending too much, you have all the impression share. Google will let you know over time, and you can adjust that, and you should be adjusting that probably on a monthly basis depending on performance. Finally, the last thing you want to do is head into the search keywords here, and you can see they're all set as broad match. We don't want that, so select all, change match types, change all match types, and select this as exact match or phrase match if you have a higher budget, but most of you will find exact match to be the best, give you the best performance from the start, and then you can open it up after you have a campaign that's performing well. And really, at this point, guys, you guys are ready to go with a decently structured Google Ads campaign for your welding company. If you did make it this far, thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate it. And don't forget, you can click the link down below to book a call with me completely for free. Happy to take a look at your current Google Ads campaigns or answer any questions you have about running Google Ads, getting leads, or growing your welding business with digital marketing. Book a call with me. I love talking with you guys. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.